old versus new?
Old, yeah.
Yeah.
The bar was a lot higher
Yeah.
for animation,
Yeah.
for artwork. Nowadays, you can just, it's just like a drawing on top of like a painted, like some frilly, it's just like a background's there, plastic background with drawing on top of it, man. 90%. 90% of it. 90%.
Yo. What's going on, guys? Yeah, we're back for the second season, as we've been saying.
Yeah.
And today is slightly different.
Yeah, we got
Because we've got a special guest.
The man
himself, Hamza, okay?
Thank you, guys.
Hamza the sensei.
Thank you, me, man. I've been watching you guys season 1.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Thanks,
man.
man.
We really appreciate it,
Appreciate
man. We appreciate it.
Oh wait, I gotta say this, just in case we don't. 100 subscribers, man.
Oh yeah. We reached 100.
Thanks so much, guys. Honestly,
Thanks, guys, man.
So happy, so happy. But yeah.
Okay, let's get into it. So on my left there's Jody Joe
Drizzle.
On my right we've got Joshua, the one and only, and the special guest there, as we said, Hamza. And quickly touch on it, because I know he spoke to me about it before, about how he got into anime, and but before you were telling me about Dragon Ball being one of your first animes,
Yeah,
right?
I'll run through it, man. So, started with Dragon Ball Z and Gundam Wing. Those are like the proper
Yeah.
Obviously skipping the Yu-Gi-Ohs, Pokemon, Naruto, Digimon. Then I took a big break for a hot while.
Yeah.
Came back in via Naruto.
Okay.
And, man, kicked off from there, man. The ball just started rolling, and I've just...
Haven't
there's
stopped
so
yet.
much,
Yeah,
the
having
more
fun.
you climb, the more you find there's more stuff, man. It's just unreal, man. There's so much.
That's really good, man. That's really good.
That's
Alright, cool. Since we introduced, today we're going to be talking about old versus new animes, a topic that it goes deep, actually.
It does.
It
It
goes
really
deep,
does.
and we all have like slightly different
Mixed views?
and opinions on it,
Which is good.
which is good.
course.
Which is good. Yeah. Josh being one that he.
I'm more for I'm all for the future, you know. I'm for the newer animes.
Yeah.
Simply because you can't look back. Let's keep moving forward and progress. But I do have a good appreciation for the old animes.
The old animes.
Yeah. That's pretty much like where I stand at the moment.
Yeah.
You know.
Quick question for Joshua. Sorry,
Go
Jody,
Yeah.
what the heck? Joshua.
Go ahead.
Like, let's say, in 30 years' time, are you going to be that type of guy that will be like, oh, my anime, my time's
Nah,
better
fam.
than the new
Nah.
ones? Or you'll be like,
I'll
the
be
new
like,
ones?
That's
what
interesting,
What I
actually.
will be like though is, like, I will go back to those animes and be like, oh, yo, these animes were dope. But I'll still be like, I have to still.
do you
You think so?
Have to,
I
man.
think
Have to,
Josh is going to
man.
be that type of guy. Like,
Yeah, I
my
I have
anime
to,
in
man.
my time were much better.
Of course, I'm gonna bring it.
100%.
Of course, I'm gonna bring it up because obviously the anime at this time is.
But you're gonna see the
Yeah.
flaws in it. You're gonna see the flaws in it more clearly as
Like
time
you-
goes on.
yeah.
Like,
I am, but I feel like the thing is with me, these aren't like when I watch animes. Obviously, it's about the story and the
character
aesthetic
and
and
that,
the characters and everything. But like for me, all these animes like my favorite animes. They relate to like me personally,
Yeah.
so
How
it's
much you
like
relate
something.
to it,
It's something that I watched in a certain in a time in my life, and it's just always gonna stick with me. So of course, I'm always gonna big up those animes specifically, but
You're right.
I'm always gonna continuously move forward. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Of course. Yeah.
I gotta move with the times.
Well, we
man.
need to see.
Yeah.
Time will tell. Actually,
Time will tell. Time will tell, man.
because
You know, 30 years
a
from
lot
now.
of people
it's-
get nostalgic and say, "Yo, man, when I was watching anime,
Yeah.
like,
yo, let me tell you something. I
Yeah.
told you DBZ was my first anime.
yeah,
But I wouldn't even put it in my top 10.
Nah,
You know what I mean?
I mean-
it's got a big nostalgia factor, and I watched Dragon Ball Super, which is currently running, even though the writing has gone off the rails. You know, it's lost its original level of what it was in the first place. But that aside, forget nostalgia, man. Without those animes in the past, we wouldn't have these animes that I was talking about in the future, man.
It's
You have
true.
to-
It's
you have to
true.
respect the cogs of time, man. You have to, the forefathers,
The
the
legends.
legends,
the legends.
of the
Yeah.
Galactic
Dude,
Heroes.
It's like I don't know. Who's that rapper again? Lil Xan.
Little
whatever.
Zan or something.
Yeah,
He was
he's
guys
saying-
in the dissing Biggie,
Dissing
man.
Biggie,
Hundred
right?
Street
Yeah,
Vibes.
yeah,
You
yeah.
gotta
Yeah.
respect the legends
Of
at the end of
course.
the day. He said his music's boring.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
He doesn't like it.
Hold
But
on,
Hang on.
let's
alright,
hear what Josh.
Yeah, you respect them, right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean like I'm gonna go on about them every single day, like in the future, in the present, bro. Like we got
No,
new
but the
upcoming
legends,
artists,
like you just gotta like pay homage sometimes.
Of course, you
innit?
pay homage, but like to say that for me, right? there's some artists today that are so experimental, bro. Like you have to like respect them, right? So in that aspect, you talk about anime, right? There's people who are doing things that are experimental at the moment. I mean, it's a mix. The difference is, I think, well, actually, I don't know if it's a difference, but there's a lot of anime being produced at this current time, and
there's a lot.
They've just got such a high demand to get things out. It's difficult, like, to find the real good ones. It's tough. It's a tough job. You know, you have to go through like a lot of and find.
But how do you pay homage? You're saying you pay homage to the older ones.
You pay homage by like
watching them.
Alright, no, of course you watch.
And then when you watch them, then you kind of appreciate them.
You do watch them. Alright, for example, how about this? Ability told me he kept saying like, oh, you need to watch Cowboy Bebop. You need to watch Cowboy Bebop, right? I watched it. My first reaction, I didn't like it, right? I didn't like it. I appreciate the aesthetic, but like for me, I didn't like.
What was it like? The animation or
no? The animation and everything. That's all fine. Like I don't like. I mean, obviously, I'm not gonna lie and say it didn't take a little bit of time to get used to, but like I get used to like all types of animation. Do you know what I mean? I'm not gonna just turn off of an anime because of that. But for me, it was like the characters. Like I mean, there was only what's his name? The main guy, Spike. He was the only character that immediately like interested me, right? Like I wanted to know more about him. The other characters, I was kind of like a bit shaky.
It wasn't having the best like support.
Yeah, so
that was cool though.
That's part of why like I didn't
like it.
But
that's one in a sea.
It is. No, it
and
is.
that one's very controversial. People are very, Samurai Champloo and Cowboy Bebop. There's always one.
I'm a Samurai Champloo guy.
Yeah, man.
I'm a Samurai
always
Champloo.
It's one or the other.
Exactly, right? So,
but they're both old. They're both the same time.
Well, Ability said to me, right? He said to me, Samurai Champloo isn't old because Cowboy Bebop is like Cowboy Bebop set the groundwork for Samurai Champloo to be what it's supposed to be.
It's just a bit older.
Which I understand. Which again, right? My previous argument where I said how there's animes that made mistakes, right? Old animes, they're trying things new, trial and error, right?
I don't know if you're because the way you're saying it, you're like they made mistakes. Like,
well, I say, what I mean by mistakes is
some are perfect, man.
Some are perfect.
Like
but
when he talks about Legend of Galactic Heroes and stuff, like
I understand that. Obviously, of course, you come across things are perfect.
But I understand what he's saying.
But I'm saying to do something perfect, right? It's not like whoever directed it or wrote it, it's the first thing they ever put out. Do you know what I'm saying? Like they've done things before that, and then they've learnt from their mistakes, and then they've put together this great anime, right? It's not like I've just started doing animation and I've made something perfect off the bat, right? I don't think anything works that way.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is people have seen these things and pickpointed and taken things and then made something that,
I'll tell you what the mistake was, or not even a mistake. Tell you what something that they're using nowadays.
Go on.
As I said, these high octane OSTs, bro, and they've got cleaner animation now. They've got obviously high level animation. They force these emotions out of you with these like high impulse emotional it's it feels forced, and it's like chill, bro.
Hamza.
You can do in all the animes. The characterization was way more important. Like actual characterization and their relationships, their development. That was way more important. Like if you compare, for example, like a Yusuke from Yu Hakusho, his development with each person he meets and his relationships with in each of the, I don't want to spoil if anyone watched it, but like as it develops, he's developing throughout it. You compare it to Naruto. Naruto's a good series. I enjoy Naruto, man.
Yeah.
But my man's just obsessed with Sasuke, man.
That's of course it is. I told you that. Of course it is.
Yo, Naruto.
What's
got life, man.
The OSTs.
That's
Sasuke all the time. I'm tired, man.
But then
that's what I told Ability.
But then you bring up like for example, you bring up things like I mentioned before, like March comes in like a lion, right? They're touching on all different types of topics. One of them being bullying and things that relates to like things that we're currently going through at the moment.
Slice of life, I think, is a different. You can't. I don't think you can compare. Cause I don't know any old school slice of life. Slice of life, I feel like is definitely one of the better of the new generation. They're definitely doing a lot.
Yes, I agree with that. Thank you.
All right,
they're definitely doing a lot. I haven't watched a lot, but the ones I have seen, for example, Ping Pong, the animation, and Tatami Galaxy, Your Lie in April. Like I enjoyed all of these. Like these relationships that they build and how they develop with one another. I haven't seen it.
I mean, Angel Beats. I mean, don't do that, man. Angel Beats it's alright, man.
But what I'll say is, like, you have to really, like, if you're comparing old and new, I think you have to really either talk about like shonen, man. You got to stick with shonen, yeah. With
okay.
Like,
all right. Well,
battle shonen particularly.
We gonna talk about One Punch Man?
Oh, I like One Punch Man.
One Punch Man's hard.
You don't think? You don't think is that not an argument?
He's parodying.
Wait,
no, an argument. Still, I get what you're saying.
Wait, what is he saying?
Is it not? Well, I mean, it's a great anime, right? And you compare it to like an old school, an old school shonen like parody anime. Can we do that?
I don't know.
Wow.
One of that sort. Yeah, that's a very good. That's a very good.
Well, the fact that even if there isn't one of that sort,
there is. Definitely.
It kind of shows that we're doing some innovation over here, and this is a new anime.
It is.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about innovation because all the animes had loads of like innovative moments, man.
All right, but of One Punch Man's level,
there is something out there, and I'm gonna. There's comments are gonna be in there that need to back this up. There is an older anime parody type of thing that One Punch Man has got its groundwork from.
Okay,
I'm certain, but still, that regardless, it is a very good anime, man. It's a very good anime. And listen, man, I don't want it to come across as though I'm saying like I don't enjoy it, because I'd be a hypocrite, because I read current manga. I'm reading Boku no Hero, Attack on Titan. But I feel like as time goes on, I'm looking for more mature content, to be honest, man. So I'm looking into more.
So are you saying the newer anime viewers are not as mature? Like, are you saying that? Because I think to like old anime is like you, because you I mean, you like both, right? But you like that real mature, real deep, and most of the time.
I still enjoy listen, man. Why I watch anime why I feel like I watch anime most of the time is I like to be reminded of my childhood, man. So I like new animes, even if in the shonen is a demographic end of the day. So it's aimed basically at younger people. So I watch that and go knowing that it's going to be aimed for a younger audience.
Okay.
But I want to connect to my youth, at the same time.
That's pretty dope.
But there's like seinen. I'm going more into seinen now, which is aimed at like a higher age group, and I feel like those are more geared at what I'm interested in, which is more like character development. They do a better job of character development, characterization, focusing on the character, going through each relationship, the relationships between different characters. Monster, for example, I feel like was a great one. Actually, that's not even really based on development as such. Pluto, it's right here.
Yeah, let's show the cameras.
Yeah, man. Urasawa was a goat at that store. Yeah, man. I just feel like
So then isn't that just a genre thing then? Like what we.
What do you mean?
Well, that's based. What we're talking about right now is he's looking for things that is more based around like character development, and like we're saying, like slice of life. Saying like these things, they deal with that like better. Do you know what I'm saying? Like their focus point is on that. So then isn't that a case of, well, are we really discussing old versus new, or are we just discussing like genres now?
Oh,
do you know what I'm saying?
I get what you're trying to say. Yeah,
as I said, I don't really know much cases of slice of life old school ones. I have to do some research on that, man. But in terms of, as you said, there's a lot more trash nowadays. Than there was back then.
Why is that? Is that because there's more anime?
It's high demand.
It's high demand, man. Like they need to get these things out. Yeah.
I've called it the year of anime prophecy, man. That's what I've dubbed this year as, man. Because the amount of good quality anime coming out this year is absolutely mad.
Yeah.
Right.
But quite a few of them are from old stuff and stuff that we've been waiting. Like Vinland Saga just got revealed that's going to be coming out. That's a very pretty old story. Megalobox, which is based on Ashita no Jo. So a lot of them are remakes and stuff like that as well. Yeah. One of them is for Fist of the North Star. It's going to be bad.
But then don't you think
again, it's like anime is actually reaching that platform where it's becoming more international.
It's coming mainstream, man.
Mainstream.
Hashtag anime is mainstream.
Is that a good or bad thing?
That's a good thing because I think it's a good thing because it's to gain more audience. If you show someone an old school anime that they're not into anime and you show them old school anime, okay,
I don't think they'll be.
Do you know what? I'll tell you why it's a good thing, right? It's like when bring it back to music real quick. You know when you found like this undiscovered artist, right? Unsigned artist, right? And like you're the first one onto him, you feel like you've grown with him, and in the moment like he hits mainstream and like he starts doing all these pop songs, like you kind of come off him, but it's like like they're progressing. Do you know what I'm saying? Like their career's going, so like you have to support regardless. Do you know what I mean? So it's the same with anime. Like, you know, okay, cool. It was that one thing that was like, you know, in a box, no one really cared about or whatever, and it's grown now. It's grown to a point where it's like they have to, you know, supply and demand.
Yeah.
Like can we really hate on that? Like,
I feel like the benefit of it is that it's more for the fans.
Yeah,
because people are what they call classified as weebos, man, and they're like shunned. You know what I mean? And even people who like comics and stuff, they were like seen as the nerds and and they were outcasted. But
now it's become cool.
It's the end thing. Yeah, man. Like,
I mean, one thing that I kind of see like a down point of it is obviously there's a lot of live action going on, and it's kind of it's really trash. You know.
Oh god.
Oh my days.
You know, that's
every single episode we talk
will
about
not
live
end.
action. Live action.
I said in January, this is the year I'm gonna give live action a chance.
Hey man,
But
mate,
what
I think it depends on the anime, bro.
I watched the review and I just
okay, but
the Full Metal Alchemist one.
Bro,
I saw a review in it.
The trailer alone is enough to just say no. Like,
the trailer's so bad.
There's no Scar. How can they not have Scar? They didn't include Scar.
That doesn't even make sense.
That doesn't even make sense. That doesn't even make sense. But yeah, you know,
what's another one? I think they're making a
Tokyo Ghoul?
Tokyo Ghoul one's coming out.
Yeah,
they look. You know,
wait, but I heard Tokyo Ghoul was like.
My thing is, I think it depends on the anime you're gonna do a live action on, right? I think it's really tough to do a live action on these, like Tokyo Ghoul, for example. Like
fairy tale.
These things aren't real. Like how do you? And I don't think they're putting a huge amount of budget into it, like what they're doing with like Avengers and Marvel movies.
Come on, man, that like the biggest.
It
I didn't watch that. Was it good? But it was alright.
It's the better of the live actions. It's the better of the live actions. I will give it.
There's one called Battle Angel Alita that's coming out, and that's going to be good because James Cameron's doing. I think it's going to be good anyway. They've got like the girl with it's got made her like big anime eyes. It's got the guy from Inglourious Bastards. The guy who was like the Nazi catcher guy, man.
Oh yeah.
He's in it. Like he's a big actor, man.
Yeah.
So I heard that's gonna be good, man. I want to give that one a try.
Yeah.
Based on the old manga, by the way, classic.
Jeez.
You know,
like
I mean,
dropping the old.
The thing is, like, I don't want it to come across like I'm not here for the old animes. I am 100%.
Yeah.
I just feel, regardless, we have to always like kind of look towards the new. And I mean, not even just appreciate everything that they're doing, but like kind of encourage them to do better, I guess. Not even better, just like
what do you mean better?
Like with the new, well, I mean, like we're saying, it's hard to find the good new animes, right? It's because they're surrounded by so much, right? So I guess like, you know, they kind of don't feel, you know, when like you don't feel the pressure to do anything good. Do you know what I mean? You don't feel that.
Yeah.
We should probably be like
put pressure on them. Yeah,
put pressure on them.
That's what I'm saying. So like, what you need to do in order to do that is go back and watch these animes which have set the groundwork.
He's always putting the old plug.
No, let me just say because I agree with you. Like the future is important. Like we need this to keep going. We need to keep getting quality out. In order to do that, we can't keep glorifying trash, bro. That's the problem.
Yeah.
A lot of trash series are getting glorified, man, and they're not.
Seven Deadly Sins.
Black Clover. That was trash to me, man.
Seven Deadly Sins.
Yeah, it was trash. Like I tried to like it, but like if you watch Brotherhood, man. Like
if you see, the thing is,
I don't know. What do you think?
Brotherhood is like come on, that's
come on, man.
That's gonna be classic.
It's copying. I don't know.
My thing is, you see, if you watch the new season,
it's a straight bro. Dragon Ball Z, I'm telling you, man, that laid out the outline. Like even Yu Hakusho and Dragon Ball Z, they laid out the outline for most of these Fairy Tail, Naruto, One Piece.
For me, it's like do you know what? You know where I turn off of it? It's where like I predicting the lines they're gonna say next. Like it's for me when I start seeing
that guy's coming out.
Yeah, and it's like okay, yeah, all right. Now I'm fed up. You know, like don't let me predict these things.
That's like DBZ now, isn't it? You be like,
you can predict. You can pretty much
Goku.
Now you can.
Now you can. But at the time. Going back on what I said, so I was saying like, you know, we need to be harder on the trash and such like that. Like back then, because there was less stuff getting put out, like it was harder to break that barrier and to get even into like the mainstream in the West. So only good stuff was making it through. There was rarely anything like trash coming through. I don't think there was. What Yu-Gi-Oh was good, you know. I mean, Pokemon was Pokemon. Digimon was.
But to me, Pokemon Yu-Gi-Oh is like a bit.
That's innovation though, man. Come on, Pokemon's like
Yu-Gi-Oh, man.
Digimon card game.
Is like
that's what I'm saying. It's a ripped version of Pokemon.
What, Digimon?
No, I think it's the other way around. I swear Digimon was first.
I'm not sure.
I don't know which one.
I think
I don't
I'm
know.
not sure. But Digimon's a bit of a different story, I think.
Yeah, it's a bit different.
I
But
have to rewatch that. I watched as a kid, man. That's back in the.
I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh, man, that was iconic in terms of like the card game, man. Like that was physical.
wait, but something I wanted to say, right?
Beyblade.
Yeah.
Do you think?
Listen, man.
Guys, do you think, right, that all these old animes, right, like Neon Genesis, like Cowboy Bebop, Legend of Galactic, well, maybe that excluded, but would they still be as good now if they were put out now?
Can I give an example? Legend of Galactic Heroes, because that's coming out in April.
Let's exclude that, but let's.
I'll give an example, because you lot can watch that and see that.
Yeah.
What they are doing to it, man. I'm just heartbroken, man.
Really?
They're giving them that, that basic generic design.
Yeah.
And not even just the design, it's like the demeanor, like it had a certain charm to like the characters and such, like in the original. Which what they're doing now, they're just destroying it and they're just making them into that typical like, stoic as like shambles, man. I'm watching that, like the CGI is good for like the battles, but the characters themselves, I'm not getting my hopes up, man.
Wow. But I mean, they have to keep up with current times, man. Because
I mean,
how many characters can you name that are like that now? Like in these times?
Yeah, I mean,
they have to kind of like.
I think
change
they
the character's
appeal.
persona
You know what?
and like.
I'm a little bit with
pandering.
Hamza. I think all these animes sit in the timeline they're supposed to sit in. Do you know what I mean? I don't think even with these new animes. No, I don't think even with these new animes you could put it like, say, what if they released it back then? Like, I don't think they would even. It don't. Yeah, I don't think. Just the way
But
that
it's
they
always
are,
good to know, like,
it
if-
works
if-
that way. I don't think like because for example, we briefly spoke on how like old animes was more like politically based and stuff like that, and now new animes like they're dealing with like dreams and hopes and aspirations, everything that's going on, like, and that's how we are as like the youth going on now. I think everything, I think everything sits in the timeline it's supposed to be in. Do you know what I'm saying? I think there might be like a little few that transcend time, but I mean, we're talking about.
I mean, the classics transcend time. That's why we call them classics.
No, but I'm saying I'm saying like if they was to be made now.
Oh, okay, I get it.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Some shit they don't need to be remade. They just need to be watched and appreciated.
Yeah. But touching on his sense, if you remake now.
Yeah, now would it still have the
Let's
same?
look at Hunter x Hunter, for example.
Okay.
That's a 1999. That's not that old, but Hunter x Hunter 99. People appreciate the old one, but the remake was. You know what I'm saying?
Is it?
Yeah.
I haven't seen the old one. I do appreciate I've only seen the remake.
Have you guys seen Berserk?
Yeah.
Berserk is like Berserk was like. It was out in
97.
97. And
you don't like the new ones, do you?
The new one, because they put some
CGI.
CGI,
disgusting.
and
atrocity.
When he uses swords,
They have to move on with the times in terms of animation,
bro.
man.
That's regression, man. That's not progression. That's not progression. That is look. That's trying to bring something back, but not doing it with the right budget.
Where you at with 3D? Like Ajin, have you seen Ajin?
Ajin, I've seen that. Yeah,
I haven't watched Ajin.
Yeah, 3D.
I enjoyed it. I liked it, to be honest.
I liked it. It's something different. Like,
something different, yeah. But when you're doing that with Berserk, because we seen Berserk actually like.
CGI classified as 3D, yeah. No, sorry, is Berserk classified as 3D?
No, CGI.
I'm talking Ajin's 3D. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I haven't seen that.
Ajin's like 3D. Yeah, it's like I think it's really good. I don't. How do I put it?
Berserk, look. So remaking stuff all the time in the current time, yeah.
Yeah.
Berserk is a fantastic example, man.
Yeah.
They're not giving these shows they're not remaking them quality well. They're not remaking them in a quality manner. Hunter x Hunter was remade with quality. In fact, the anime done justice to the original, original manga. It done such a sick job. It's one of my favorite top 5 animes of all time.
Oh wait, the remake.
Yeah, the remake.
Oh, so you do like? Oh, I thought you didn't.
Listen, man, I told you I'm not a hater of new anime. I'm saying that there's too much trash.
So Hunter x Hunter did it well.
Yeah. There's lack of innovation. Is what I'm trying to say, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, look, as you said, I also agree with you. There is innovation. We are, as you said, okay. So in the past times we deal with politics. Now we're dealing with more the individual more. So I feel like I agree with that. So yeah, I mean,
maybe. What am I thinking? think maybe as well, like the people now, things are more like fast fed. Do you know what I mean? People are like, even now sometimes, right? When I'm watching anime, like I don't always go and watch things that's gonna make me like. Sometimes I'm just watching it just to watch. Do you know what I'm saying? Like there's some animes that I won't even mention to these guys because I'm literally just watching it just to, you know, pass time. Like I'm not taking it in too much. I know it's supposed to be like a comedy based thing.
Like Ramen on the Sky. Jesus, what was that?
Hey man. No, do you know what it is? No, with things like that, it's like Outer Rim on the Sky.
What was it?
Outer
Rim
on the Sky or something like that. Outer Rim,
I don't know.
Something like that, right? But no. Do you know what
I wanted to punch the screen.
Do you know what things like that, right? Little things like that. It's like there might be like one character in the entire thing that I just mess with, and I'll just watch it regardless of how trash it is. Like it's you know, just because I want to see what goes on with the character. But like it's difficult, man. I think it's like, where'd you put Steins Gate? Steins Gate's in new, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that based off something old?
Is it? Nah, is it?
Characterization was lacking, man. Listen, man. Listen, I love Steins Gate, but I recently came to a conclusion. I recently had an awakening,
bro.
Listen, man. I like my guy. What's my guy's name?
Josh Okabe.
No, because I'm looking at Billy.
Okabe's my guy.
Like, bro,
come on, man. Listen,
because that's one of the things that Billy.
What was Okabe's development?
He's like the character development, bro.
Listen. Okabe I like Okabe as a character. He's funny. He's very comedic. But tell me about his development, man. What did he develop? What did he develop from to?
Bro, if you look at it,
he fell in love with that chick. And that was the end of it.
Christina.
Yeah. No, not Christina.
That one.
Yeah, Tutu. Yeah.
No. That's his
little niece.
No, he fell in love with
Christina.
He fell in love with Christina because he saved her.
But yeah, man. I mean, Okabe transformed, man. Like if you see him from the first episode to the last episode.
Yeah, he got more serious.
He got more serious and stuff.
He had to.
Oh no, or maybe more playful. I don't know.
You think so?
Is it more serious?
Nah, he got more serious. Because think about it, like when he kept going through.
We don't want to spoil it, but when he went to that situation,
when he kept coming back, yeah,
it was crazy, man.
Bro,
come on, man.
He did develop, man.
No, talk to me, Hamza, man.
He got dark, man.
Talk to me.
He went dark, really,
bro.
What,
bro? Really?
Bro,
what was it? Okay, his relationship with
he messed up. He got messed up psychologically.
Yeah, and it changes you, and we saw some of that stuff when he was going in word lines and stuff like that.
Okay, his relationship with what's his name, with the MC, Hyoman Koma.
Who?
Him and Hyoman Koma's relationship. How was that? Like, did I develop?
What the hell is he talking about right now, man? Doesn't he know Hoen Kiyoma is Okabe's alter ego? Oh my god. Marco, please just say your camera switched off so we can cut to the next scene, please.
Quick outfit change.
So
yeah, instantaneous.
Yeah, well basically he kind of teleported, really.
Teleported. Instant transmission. Get me, Goku. Another of the old anime legends.
Yeah. But yeah, yeah, man.
But,
you were talking about Steins Gate. I was like, what?
Let's move away from Steins Gate, man, because that was getting a bit personal, man.
Okay.
I don't want to attack.
He comes on our show.
I know. Just
and destroys.
Calls it trash.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't want to do all of that. That's irrelevant to the topic. Yeah.
Okay. Old versus new.
Old, yeah.
Yeah.
The bar was a lot higher.
Yeah.
For animation.
Yeah.
For artwork. Nowadays, you can just. It's just like a drawing on top of like a painted some frilly. It's just like a background's there, plastic background with drawing on top of it, man. 90%. 90% of it. 90%.
Nah, listen, I agree a little bit with what you're saying though.
90%.
Yeah, it's similar to music. Yeah. People just accept anything nowadays.
But then I look at that.
True,
it is true
because the gates have been open, so anyone with a mic now can.
But like at the same time,
same thing. Anyone
that draws. I mean, boom. Like Jaden Smith.
I do.
He released his own anime.
Okay, let's.
Wow, man, he's doing some shot.
Yeah.
It's true. Okay, but like, let's not. I'm gonna say this. I appreciate it, right? Because, like, it's more people, you know, getting out there. Like, more people's doing things. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I do appreciate. I'm just for progression, man. I'm for like.
You're all for progression.
I'm all for progression. I'm all for more people trying to do things and trying to experiment and stuff like that. And of course, they're gonna like, not everything's gonna be great, but they're trying. Do you know what I'm saying? Like who are we? Like. I mean, it's kind of like, when you see like your little brother or sister do a drawing, like you can get on their drawing straight away. I know.
Someone's phone. It's not me. Alright, it's cool.
Yeah.
Go on.
But like,
let's let your little brother have his own manga then.
Huh?
Let him be the manga creator, bro.
That's
what's happening right now.
I mean,
the little 4-year-olds, like, bro.
So what? You just on their dreams, bro?
No,
like,
man. Listen, man. All I'm saying is like, there was a lot more. I feel like there was a lot more passion behind it before. I feel like now it's just like. I feel like it's just like a career choice. Whereas before it was a lot more.
We can say that,
blood,
actually.
sweat, and tears.
We can say that.
I
agree with what you're saying.
What is it?
Whose phone? It's John it was Josh's phone, man. But basically, because we're saying, because before everything used to be like hand drawn.
Yeah.
It was a lot more like the details in the background was way more like.
Yeah.
But again, if you slipped up on these things, it was harshly criticized. But now you can cover it with superfluous things such as like a good music, good musical background.
we do got to understand that the demand. It does have an effect on the people doing these things.
Quantity versus quality.
Yeah. I mean,
and right now we're getting
it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but we are in the times where anime is like, it's in a high demand. Like they've got to get these things out.
So is this gonna keep getting worse and worse and worse as
pretty
time
much?
Nah, man. There's got to be a
There will be the Kendrick Lamars. There will be the Kendrick Lamars. There will be the J. Cole's coming out. There will be the Uzi Verts. These people are changing the game and whichever which way there will be these innovators.
Lil Xan.
Well, I mean, hang on a minute. Let's slow down. Yeah.
There will be innovators, and they will have to. They will shine amongst all the trash. You know what I mean? That's what it will open up the opportunity to shine more. But some great series will be left behind because they don't have the backing, so on and so forth, and they may have the passion behind it. It's a shame, but in the past, I feel like the quality just had a higher standard, man. It just had a higher standard. Like you had to really be about your vision and your passion for it.
They wouldn't let any Tom, Dick, and Harry come through.
Basically, like me and Ability, we can do it like an anime.
And we might as well do an anime then, innit?
Boom.
Bro,
but
there's nothing wrong with that,
back
man.
then, you needed to basically
wrong with that?
Come on,
it's an anime, innit?
Are you passionate about it?
But no, see, this is the thing. I think
am I good at it?
Like, wait, no, but I mean, but you learn as you go, innit? I think, I don't think. I think what it is, people don't care as much about the quality that they're putting out. I don't think it's necessarily that they don't have passion behind it. I think it's just they're getting it out. Do you know what I'm saying? Right? And they're just throwing things out. We'll see what sticks.
So this is what I say to you. When you said that, I think your first one was why we're gonna reminisce and it's not about reminiscing per se. It's just enjoying great work. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. And there's so much stuff in the past. And I haven't even touched 60s, 50s, early 70s. I haven't even touched most of that. I've only really got into like the 80s and 70s kind of thing.
Yeah.
And there's just so much. There's so you can go backwards in time. It's the same as going forwards in time because time at the end of the day repeats itself. At the end of the day, it will go back. There will come again like a period of politics coming back into anime as well. I feel like they'll have even Code Geass was heavily like politically themed. So you can go back in time and you can still relate to characters and still see the character development that you resonate with the character in one of these animes. But it's better drawn. And it's more detailed.
My thing is, are we compared like? Because to me, I look at the drawing and the art styles and things, and I mean, some cases I do pick up on it. Like, I think I dropped I say dropped. I just put it on hold because I always finish animes. But I put on hold one of the new animes. I can't remember what it's called. Like
what?
Remember we talking about it was the one with the sword fighting and it was like leaping through time type of thing.
Oh yeah, Katsugeki Tokenrambu.
Yeah, I put that on hold because I thought that animation was so clean, it didn't match up. Wait,
but now is it about animation purely or is it like?
Well, I mean,
you were telling me this and I was like, maybe.
But
is it now just we're focusing on the actual art style and animation rather than the actual story? And
for me, no, but like. In that case, I did. Like, I genuinely put it on hold because for me, I couldn't. It was like they're in war and they're getting like bloody, but like they're not because it's really clean.
It's looking
it's too fake.
It's looking too
like
crazy.
censored?
Yeah, not even censored. It's like it's too cartoony for me. Like it was like.
Is it cartoony? It's just
it's
something you're not used to. It's super clean, super sharp.
It's not even that. No, but for what was going on, like they was going into war battles, and it's like super. But it's like the blood is like almost fakey kind of like.
You think?
Dude, for me it was like you compare that to something like Inuyashiki.
Oh yeah, okay. This is what I'm saying. So it lacked that grittiness to it.
Yeah.
And that's what is
and
missing.
That didn't make like, but
today's anime.
No, but I mean, like even just for that anime itself, right? It was like you're going into war, so where is the grit? There wasn't any, and that's the kind of thing that annoyed me. It's like it didn't match up with.
Where is this anime from? What year?
It came out last year. It came out last year.
This is what I wanted to.
This is the problem, bro.
You know. But then you do have like some good ones.
Do you think old school anime is more like explicit compared to the
You
new
think
one?
so?
Like,
Actually,
it's more
yes.
straightforward.
Yes, I would say that.
There are some new ones. There are some new ones which.
Inuyashiki's up there for me as a new one.
Oh, listen, Inuyashiki, I feel like it was a great start, and was. I just think the ending.
It did fall off. I'm with you 100%.
The ending.
Yeah, you know. But
Okay.
it started great.
It started. I was hyping it like to the point where I was like, "This is the new Parasite." This is gonna be the best
I was saying
of
the
the
same
year.
thing. I was like, bro, this is the one. I was like, this is best of 2017. I was like, you know. But you know.
It's top.
It's in the top 10. But then that's how you know like there weren't that much good things that came out last year.
Yeah.
Bro, last year was
trash.
atrocious,
man.
actually.
Trash,
Man,
man.
the best things
Those
were
are few.
AOT
Those are
and
few.
Boku no Hero.
Yeah, Boku no Hero.
And that's disgusting to say.
The
Alright.
animes of last year were
Trash.
They were.
Trash.
Last year anime was trash. You
Yeah.
know? It's difficult, man.
It's a hard.
I mean,
subject.
it
It's a hard
is.
subject. But we're trying to
you know.
deal with it in like.
No, you know what? There is a lot of good. Okay, I'm gonna stop being the like anti progression, anti moving forward. Yeah, but there is a lot of good animes that come out yearly, and there was actually quite a few that came out last year that were very good.
Yeah.
But I never got around to watching them. You know why? Because there's so much trash in the way, and you have to
It's
cipher
true.
through.
Right.
It's true. It
Bundle,
is true.
and I would rather go and watch a classic series, high critically acclaimed, or even if it's got half and half bad reviews, bad reviews, good reviews. I want to go and watch that and see. Maybe I can learn a new art style. Like what I've seen recently, is with old animes they have like the pastel art style, you know, which is it's pretty much deceased. I mean, they'll still have them. I think Slice of Life was talking about that.
Yeah,
like
Slice of Life has it.
It's got like a pastel colory, like, you know, feel to it.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like that freeze frame, and there's a word for it, but a freeze frame. The guy who made Ashito no Joe, and it's like it will have like a freeze frame scene. So like you'll have an action scene, and it will just stop. And have like a proper pastel hand drawn scene of it. And it will have these like 4 or 5 times in one episode without spoiling the flow of the show. Like in Rose of Versailles, that's one of the great examples of it. And there's just lack, man. It doesn't have that like that. To do one of those pastel drawings, 4 of those per episode, like it's bare effort, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh wait, so the skill level is actually like
Well-
for now, because he's saying the entry level, like
Yeah.
because
I
back
think
then you need to be like really skilled.
It's true.
Now it's like you know,
But,
me and
I mean,
Jody, mate, you
with
know.
some of the, like, I think with Slice of Life at the moment, with current Slice of Life, I think they're really good on the cinematography side of things. I think I think that's why a bit more I track to it, because a lot of the things they're doing, like just the, you know, the landscapes and just the art, like the design of it all,
They're crazy.
it is top level. You know, I think it's difficult when you start talking about shonens and stuff like that, because they've got no, like, they don't care about that. Yeah, I don't believe anyway.
Yeah.
You know, I can't really think of one that. Actually, I mean, Boku no Hero. Just some of like.
The manga,
It's intense.
I'm impressed with the manga. Like, I don't know, some people are like saying bad things, but the manga's very good. I feel like I've been reading it, and it's very well drawn. He's got a very good team of assistants though. He's got like 6 assistants, and they're all sick. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm not sure about older manga. Like, was it a one-man job all the time? I don't think it ever was a wholly one-man job. But the mangaka was the mangaka. He will do most of the characters' drawings, and maybe have people do backgrounds. But now I think that they have assistants doing different characters as well.
Yeah.
So the dynamics, but the thing is, because of the high demand, like you said before, they need those assistants. Otherwise, they will not get out a season in every year. It's impossible to do that.
Yeah. You know, and like we said, there's like 40 odd animes coming out every season. You know, spring, summer, winter.
Yeah,
there's a bunch nuts. Just coming out.
Profession are the new anime heads, yeah. Like the new, not new, but people that
just getting into anime now, like.
No, not even that. It's like people that been watching anime for a long time. You know, like let's say, I don't know. Yeah, like, do you think that old anime doesn't have that recognition that it should be having? Like people should know.
Oh yeah, I don't think old anime gets the recognition it has. Yeah, I don't. I don't know. I think it depends on like how you are as a person. Like, do you appreciate the old? I guess. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I guess. Yeah.
Because I like to link it to music, innit?
Yeah.
Because when you listen to music, like for example, when you listen to Drake or you listen to Kendrick or whatever, you still want to listen. Like when someone introduces you to hip hop, you want to listen to the old school hip hop. Who's Tupac?
Do you know what it is? No, I think it depends on like.
Yeah.
But when someone introduces the forefathers, basically, basically like seeing where did that sound derive from? Where's the core?
So when I introduce someone to Attack on Titan or whatever, or Death Note, whatever, they don't want to watch old school animes, man.
Yeah, someone was telling me a series which Attack on Titan is basically like very much a rip off of. That's what someone told me recently. I don't know the name of it, completely forgot the name.
I forgot as well. I saw it on Mojo.
Yeah,
Mojo
there's something. YouTube, there's always something that preceded it, and there are cases, like you said, there are cases where they make them better. Like they find these things that were like, you know what, this was missing, and they add that in and make it better. But then there are some where it's like you're ripping this off and you're not.
Yeah.
Well.
See, damn. I look at it like going back to what Jody is saying. Like I think it depends on who is the artist in that like respect. Like I think there's people who just want to do it just because it's like they're letting out like their creativity or whatever. Like they don't. You know, but then there's people who really want to like, for example, like perfect their sound or perfect this type of thing. So then they have to go back into history and find out where this came from and stuff like that. People are just like doing it just for fun or whatever. Just, you know what I mean? Just for fun or whatever. They're not gonna go into history because it's work, it's effort to do that. Do you know what I'm saying? I guess it might be the same for you know anime. It may be a case of they're just doing this because they're allowed to get out their creative ideas and just get it out, you know. I think the people who really care about it are going to go back into history and find out, okay, cool, wait, they did this is amazing, let me, you know.
Do you think that can be an issue though as well? Because like the further you go back, the more likely you're going to come across an idea which you may have an idea and it may feel like innovation in that moment, but if you go back you might see something as like, damn.
I don't think it's an issue. I think it's like fashion. Fashion is always recycled. Things like, do you know what I mean? Things go out of fashion, things come back in. Yeah. Right? It's a constant cycle. I think it probably the same case in all creative. I think in all creative endeavors. In life, exactly. In life, everything, exactly. It does.
Like we come.
You know, I don't think we could be mad at that either.
We come with high tops and that, and we're thinking, this is a new style. And our parents like, I used to do that in the 80s.
Honestly, like these things always come back around, and I think I don't think you can hate on that.
Yeah,
it's life, like so.
It's true, man. It's true.
Fair enough, man.
It's true. But one last question is like, do you think it's healthy? Like, it's a healthy relationship between the classic and the new? Because, like I said, music or fashion, whatever you name it, there's always beef. You'll see the people from the 80s saying, "Listen, my music is way better than this generation music now." So, do you think it's a healthy relationship?
Can I speak on that? Yeah.
Go on.
I have been most of this conversation saying old anime.
Yeah.
But I love new anime, man.
Yeah.
It's healthy, you know. So I have a healthy relationship between both because I'm constantly trying to see what comes out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'll try and watch 4 or 5 seasonals every season. I'll try and watch 4 or 5 if I can make time for it, so I can see what's coming out now. And I'll also try and make time for the older stuff because you can just really appreciate. It's a different art style. Like there's more attention to detail, I feel like, with older ones, but you can still find these gems in the new ones as well. But I find myself dropping series for both, either way.
You gotta have a healthy balance between both, man. I think that's, you gotta appreciate both sides of it.
Yeah.
And
but there'll always be one you lean to the most, right? Do you think everyone, or not everyone, but do you think most of us are like in the middle? And we love both of them. We like to tell ourselves that.
I like to think it's. I think that's.
I mean, he was talking about characterization.
Yeah, I think. But then, if you gave him like a bunch of new school animes with the characterization that he's looking for, are we then gonna say like he doesn't like that?
There aren't many. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I think again, but then that makes true. But then again, you gotta take into account that we are rummaging through a lot of crap to find these gems.
Okay,
what if we just found the gems like that and handed them on a plate?
Someone has to go and do that research, because I'm not going to do all of that, because you have to go through a lot.
It's a difficult thing. It's a difficult thing for me. For me, it's like.
I respect it though. I respect that. I respect that. At the end of the day, you're trying to rummage through what's going through all the time, and you want to see what's progression. I respect that. I don't know if it's lazy, because I don't know, man. Like, there's just so much series coming out. Like, I have to pinpoint series which I have like got guidelines in my head. Like,
yeah.
And then there's another like 10, 15 series which I look at the name of the title and I'm like, this looks decent as well, but.
This is why we have.
You gotta weigh it up, man. You gotta weigh it up. Honestly,
that's why we have this guy here.
You know,
to do the reviews and that.
I'm gonna try my best, man. But
I mean,
it is hard.
It is. You know,
but the classics, like, man, I feel like there's so many. Like, I'm advocating for old classics and such, but there is so much more I haven't even seen yet. Like, it's unbelievable. There's a whole catalog. Like, to rummage through backwards as well, and there is trash. There is trash in the history as well. Like, it's not like there's been a flawless progression through history. There's been a lot of trash in history as well.
Yeah,
but man.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
I'm going backwards and forwards. I'm trying to go backwards and forwards at the same time.
It's tough though. Like, I mean, like we said, there's gonna be trash, but there's more good stuff because stuff. Well, in the past, I think there is, because they didn't have that much time to. I mean, they're not being pressured.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They had the whole time to basically.
Yeah, they have
quality pressure of quality, but not pressure of time.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know.
Yeah.
Damn. All right, man.
I think that's really the biggest difference in this.
And do you think there was less?
Do
you think there was like less competition? Less competition in that, and
no, actually, I know we're saying there was less like quantity of stuff, but there was more competition actually. There was
more competition
because everyone was raising stuff. Pretty highly. What do you think, Ham? What do you think, man? Because you're looking.
Because now they're releasing
there's a top spot when you look at anime shonen, for example. Yeah. There is nobody knocking that top spot, man. Like, it's One Piece right now.
Okay.
And there are people coming in. Like Goku.
I mean,
no. Listen, I'm not talking subjectively.
No,
objectively,
just let him
like
talk,
the push it gets from the magazine is like nothing else. Like bro, it had a 20-year anniversary, like last year. That was spanning like the whole year. It was like a One Piece, like it was a celebration upon celebration.
We're gonna bleep that. Don't worry. Anyway,
Marco, make sure to. And then there was another series which had a 20th anniversary, which was Hunter x Hunter.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got one panel. I got some little one panel, like, you know what I mean, like, sure, save. Like, One Piece just gets a lot of push from the top. You know what I mean? Other series have to really grind their way. I mean, some of them do get a shout, but nothing is coming compared to the machine that is One Piece right now, man.
Yeah.
And it's not it's not the best quality series. I think it's got the best world building, but competition in history, so there's Dragon Ball Z, Yu Hakusho, going through that era. There's like 5-6 titles, you know, vying for that top spot. But now it's like, I don't know, since the big three. So you want to say something about One Piece, man?
I mean, I've got nothing now. I mean, I haven't got anything to say about the One Piece right now, man. I haven't seen it, so I can't talk on it.
Fair play, man.
Yeah.
Fair play.
I'll leave it at that.
It's got its pluses and negatives, man. The animation dropped. That's all I can say. It went to a time skip.
You said it, not me.
The time skip. There's the first half of the series. It had a time skip, and then the animation went down. That's another.
Wow.
Bring back the old school animation, man. You want that old school?
Bring back
if you're gonna do new animation, I want Fate Zero level, Fate Stay Night UBW level, or I want Hunter x Hunter 2011 Madhouse. That's what I need.
Yeah.
That's what.
See,
I need.
But this is what it is. Doesn't it come down to who's putting these things out? Do you know what I'm saying?
The budget, the company.
The company, yeah. You know, like
Attack on Titans one's good.
Who's it? I realise. Who put out? Man. Why is my memory going? It's really bad. movie, Not Your Name.
Yeah.
Silent.
No?
Yeah, Koi no
Kataji.
Yeah.
Was it Garden of Words? No.
Garden of Words?
There's one called Garden of Words. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, the animation on that Garden of Words.
yeah.
I don't think I've seen it.
No, you have.
That's
The
cinematography.
trailer at least. You've seen it, and you were like, "Yeah."
You probably seen. You must have seen like an
What happened
aesthetic
in it?
scene.
Nah, well, I don't know. Just
There was a female and a kid, and they were like
And-
under some like plane was raining most of the time.
yeah. It's
And
like a
have like a
teacher.
I have seen
Student,
it.
yeah,
Have seen it. Have seen
teacher
it. Oh man, that's amazing.
The animation is incredible.
Amazing. Yeah,
But yo,
yeah.
come on, man. Like,
Yeah, that was
So-
amazing. I haven't seen it.
he hasn't seen it. Yeah, but
It's done by
Not,
Koi Annie. Oh no, Annie
I know.
Kyoto, Anime Kyoto.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Or Kyoto
Kyoto?
Animation.
Kyoto.
Kyoto Animation.
Is
Sorry,
it?
other way around. Yeah, it's
is it?
KYO Annie. Yeah, they
Yeah.
did Koi no Katachi. I know that. They do really good animation. They like.
So it's okay.
Yeah, that's high tier stuff. That's high. Yeah, they do high tier
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
and they do big budget stuff, and they don't play around.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. I think
They don't play around.
They don't
it's true.
play.
It's true.
They
Yeah,
don't
it's
play.
They don't play
it's
around.
serious.
That's mad. Like you can tell by the picture, like how.
Yeah,
how
the
intense.
moment I see like certain animes and it's like, oh, I know it's like they've
Yeah.
done
Okay.
this. Like,
Big
yeah,
one.
it's crazy.
Damn. All right, man.
But yeah, all right.
That sounds.
Big up Miyazaki.
Where are we gonna leave this
Always,
off? Where are we gonna
always,
leave this off?
Always,
Yeah,
man.
that's the-
Are we saying
You have to say
new old school
Spirited
anime?
Away and stuff. Yeah, we're going. What?
How are we leaving this?
Oh
Are we-
yeah, we need a final rating, man. That's how we always try to end this.
Yeah.
Like to see the general consensus and stuff. So I'm just gonna go around, man.
Don't start with me.
let's go-
Don't start with me.
Oh come on,
I
man.
can't-
Because we're gonna end
you
with
start.
Hamza because he's the guest.
Alright, well you start.
Okay, I'll start. Damn, this is hard, man. This is very hard, bro. I don't know. I literally don't know. Actually,
Yeah.
I'll start, man.
Go on.
What is it like a rating for each?
No, just like
Just-
new or old.
Oh, new or old?
Yeah, if you're locked away and you could only pick
Pick
like
one.
Yeah.
Okay, let me put it like this. With anime,
Mhm.
I'm more interested in going back and watching old because I am enjoying new manga.
Man didn't answer any questions.
That's a cheap question.
That is
Actually.
a cheap
That's
As a
cheap
cop
question.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a cop out.
No, come on. You have to actually.
Okay. That's tough, man.
It's a tough one.
Mm. Do you mean new as in like recently, like getting released, like year by year, or you talking about like within the last from 2000 onwards? Like,
Let's say
That's
2000
true,
onwards.
that's true.
I
What
say
would
let's
you-
say 2000 onwards is
2000,
new.
yeah.
I've seen more from that jet. From
Yeah, but 2000
onwards.
onwards, that's gonna be hard because obviously.
Yeah, some
like-
like span across.
Yeah, we've probably seen a lot from the 2000s.
Mm.
I don't know a lot of people that have seen a lot of anime, like a lot.
To me though, to me that's
From
like the cutoff point. Like, well,
60s,
I say from like Samurai
70s.
Champloo onwards is like the cutoff point for me. And that's what 95 or
Yeah,
something.
pretty much. No, it's 95.
I think so.
What, Samurai Champloo?
No,
No,
2001 or something.
2002 or
like that,
something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
So let's say 2000, yeah. But some series go from start to finish.
I think it's Bebop that's like.
Bebop's
95.
like
Bebop.
90,
Or 90.
96, 95.
Yeah.
Okay, so I haven't seen more from predating, but if I look at the ones I've seen before and the ones I've seen after, I've seen a higher quantity of better stuff from before.
Damn.
So let's say if I've watched for every 10 series I've watched from the past, I've seen 8 good ones.
Damn.
Each I've seen from the future, from beyond that, would probably be about 5, 6.
No, that's a lot because he's saying 8 out of 10 old ones he's seen are.
But then
But
again,
then again, the bias here because he
Yeah.
likes his history.
I know.
He likes all this type of thing. So there's a bias at work here. It's not just
But
like
it's not-
objectively speaking.
On top of that, because they've stood the test of time and they've been forged through history, and people have given me those recommendations for me to stand on. Like with these new ones, it's more experimental. You know what I mean? They haven't.
Do you know why
I have to
that's-
go through more, like rummage through more trash.
You know why I don't like that though? Because you're saying like it stood the test of time. What about 10 years from now? We're not going to be looking back at these things saying, do you know what? They stood the test of time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? For me, like, I mean, Attack on Titan is very new, but I can still go back to the first season and be really enjoyed with that.
Same.
Are you
you
gonna
know?
say that 5 years from now, 10 years from now?
Yeah.
Potentially.
Yeah,
Potentially.
actually, maybe.
Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's like.
I'm not
like
sure
I said,
though. I'm not sure.
I've watched the first season of Attack on Titan, I think about 4 times now.
Yeah.
And
I did as well.
like,
I was showing it
this
to
is what I'm
people.
saying, and it's this is what I'm saying. I was showing it to people, and at the same time, I'm introducing it to people. I'm watching it again. I'm like,
cool
yo,
with
this is really good, bro. Like, you know. So
Yeah, some animes do that. innit?
for
They-
me,
they
like,
just-
yeah,
they hit that place where
yeah, exactly. So
It could just go
I
on.
think
transcend.
it's difficult to say like because these new animes, of course, we don't know whether we're gonna stand the test of time until we get further into the future. You know.
Okay. Yeah, it's not. It's so in that case, it's not really fair to compare them. Really, that's what you're trying to say.
I mean,
but we can do predictive, like what we expect will stand the test of time. Like Naruto, I think is gonna be remembered forever.
Yeah.
You know,
and DBZ.
Of course, yeah.
Of course.
That with no mention, like you always have to.
Yeah.
It laid the way.
But this is the question: are you mentioning DBZ or are you mentioning DB Super?
No way, Super is getting mentioned. They're not on the same.
That's what I'm saying. You're mentioning DBZ.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's old.
But
so you side with the
older. I'm saying.
Because you said 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
It's old animes, better quality, better even content, from what I'm hearing. When he says characterization, when he says quality, so I'm guessing he sides with
up
the oldest.
It's. I'm gonna settle at that, man. But at the end of the day, there is seinen manga and even anime, which like the more mature audience stuff, which is just dealing with stuff in a very great way as well, man. I love new, I love old, but I'm going with old, man.
Okay.
There you go. Joe.
You might as well kill me, torture me, whatever, because I like both of them.
Come on, man.
You have to lean towards
one. Lean to one.
I can't because I like being inspired, basically. So I like going back to the past and see, okay, that person, he used to think like this. He wrote his story like this storyline like this, that storyline like this. I just like to be inspired, basically.
Alright, fair enough, man. But for me, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I like everything. I like both.
I don't know. It's hard, man.
It is, man.
Yeah. In the words of Joshua, anime is what?
Anime is life, man.
Anime is life. Life is anime.
So anime is anime. 90s, whatever. 20s.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe. I was gonna side with new a bit more, but I don't know.
I'm recommending some stuff, man.
Yeah, recommend some stuff. Please. Recommend some stuff. But it might be old. It might be old because I'm into like real. Because all the animes, it was so like, how can I explain it? Like you said, it was
aesthetic.
Yeah, not only aesthetically pleasing, but it was like experimental.
Yeah.
It was like very innovative, and there was some stuff like I'm kind of into like psychological and type of stuff like that, and I know that like the old animes, when it came to that, it dealt with it like incredibly well. So I might need to side with older just a bit, but sure. I'm the new guy as well, man. So I'm the new guy. I don't know about past 2011 and stuff like that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure because I haven't seen much past. Is it past 2011? I don't know. Like great animes.
Yeah.
But yeah.
After 2011, great animes.
Wait. When was Ping Pong again? Ping Pong and stuff like that.
2012, yeah.
2012.
That comes in. Anti-Time Galaxy.
Okay. Let me say past 2013.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna say new. It's really difficult. I'm not saying it's like
it's a hard one actually.
It is difficult. It is really difficult.
Yeah.
I mean, when the question was asked, the reason why I said like you gotta go that way is because I was gonna say old, like off the bat.
Okay.
But
no way.
I actually was. That's why I said start over there, and I like this. I needed to figure it out.
Dynamic.
But
I mean, if you say new, I might say. I mean, if you say new, I might. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm team new, man. This is all a joke, bro.
Yeah. It's difficult, man, because at the same time I do appreciate even though there may not be like that much like the content that they're putting out is half trash. Sometimes I just enjoy it. Do you know what I mean? Like I do take appreciation in it and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like it's difficult for me. Like I say, sometimes in my spare time I just put these things on, and it's like, not to disrespect, but it's almost like just watching it is just having it being on the screen, even though I'm not really,
giving it full.
I'm happy and taking it in. But that just
shows you like the quality of the stuff you're watching.
But
to
it
the point
is, I think
your it's playing
Yeah.
And there's no respect for it. Like you're just. Like,
it's not necessarily no respect. It's like I enjoy it.
You're washing dishes in the background and you're putting it on. Yeah.
So background music to life.
No, but I mean, like sometimes, like
yeah.
you know, even for like the animes that I really do enjoy, right? I actually have to like make time and actually say, cool, I'm gonna sit down and like pay attention. Like, it's get my all undivided attention. You know, which I do love, but then it also, for example, the few last episodes of like Magus Bride and stuff like that, right? I look at that to be, you know, the better half of, you know, the new animes and stuff. Things like that, even I hesitate to just put on straight away and watch because I have to be in a certain mood. You know what I'm saying? Like I have to set myself. It's like even when I'm listening to Kendrick and Jake, like their speed, like the music, the content that they're putting out in the music is something you have to really take in as a full, right?
Is that old anime, like, basically?
Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I put it in that.
I'm sure there's old animes that you don't need to pay too much. I mean, you know what? Yeah,
there's no anime. Me personally, any anime I watch, I try and give it my undivided attention, and and it's not easy for me. Like I'm one of them guys. I rewind stuff. So I'm rewind because I'll miss 2 lines and I'll be like, oh, there's a chance that line may come back, man, and I'll go back and I'll watch that line, man. I can't do all of that.
That's tight.
In the background, like what you're saying, I leave OSTs. I play OSTs and opening music. I kind of like letting that loop as well in the background. But series, I cannot miss a line, man.
No, it's not necessarily I'm missing a line. It's more like, okay, cool. So I can go from.
But that's a quality issue, yeah. Like what you said, that's a quality issue. Because if any series I watch, I feel like I have to give them undivided attention, man.
Yeah.
And there's nothing. If I do watch a series that I feel like I cannot pay attention to it and still know what's going on, I'm like, well, what's going on, bro?
Alright, are you saying old because it's old? Like you're saying 2013 backwards?
Forward, I think. Because I swear I don't think I can name you a lot. Like a lot. Wait, Attack on Titan is before 2013 or 2013?
No, it's before. No, 2012, I think.
2012.
I can't name you too much. Coming from.
I guess
2014. Sorry.
It is, 2014.
2014.
Yeah.
Except Attack on Titan is an exception.
13. No.
Oh, come on, man. You're going forward.
But that's the basis you're saying old, right?
I guess then if
you're saying old from that, like.
Yeah, then I guess everything's new, basically, right?
Yeah.
Because I think there's a cut-off period. Because if you're like 70s to 80s anime, then I guess that's might be completely different. But Hamza needs to show me, recommend me some stuff as well, man. Because I've otherwise, like, to me, it's like, you know, one thing that hit me was Legend of the Galactic Heroes. Because when I was watching, I was like, oh crap. Like, I wasn't expecting it to affect me as much as... Yeah, man.
I'm gonna go ahead and say new, man.
I'm looking at it and I'm like, damn, I don't know about this animation. I know about this too much dialogue, because we're in an environment where an anime needs to catch your attention. Like, I wasn't meant to, but an anime is supposed to catch your attention quickly.
Yeah.
Because there's so many going, like, you can drop it in like an episode. So
yeah. That one, that's what
if you're saying old on that basis from like 2013, right?
I
would agree.
Yeah,
I would agree, because most of the animes I do like is in that. It's in like that pocket from like 2000.
Like
yeah,
it's like early 2000s.
Yeah, exactly. That's the pocket I'm in. I think even like Your Line April is like what 2010 or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, Elizabeth, let's say 2005 onwards, man. Because 2013, that's the
I know, it's not new.
It's not new.
Yeah.
That's
I'm saying new then, man.
That's not even born yet.
I'm saying new then, man. I'm saying new.
That's a freshly born baby.
I'm on the side of
5 years from now, innit?
I'm on new, man.
These old series, they have been filtered through the trash after 20, 30 years and have now stood out. Like after like enough people have gone back and watched it and put it up on the pedestal.
Yeah,
like these series that are like there's so much trash. But in 5 years, in 10 years, some of these series will stand strong.
I'm saying new, man. I'm sticking with the new school.
Joshua, basically what he's trying to say is in 10 years, Black Clover.
Nah, it's not. That's not. Man, I'm with it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
so I think
Team
I don't know. It's a
I'm
hard.
gonna say,
it's a hard answer.
It is hard, but I'm saying new.
Yeah.
I'm saying new.
You know what? I'm gonna say Hamza needs to show me some old ones, man.
Definitely.
Because I'm rocking off a few, like, you know what I'm saying? I can't comprise a list of like 30 old ones that are like amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I can't even put 30 old ones.
But I'm just saying,
but pre 2005.
Like off top, you can be like 30 new ones, like, but old ones like you're to 70s, like here.
I'm gonna say new based on the fact that maybe 10 years from now, some of these ones that have come, like they're still gonna be like
impactful.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Have you seen them though? Have you seen them? Are you saying that you're gonna discover?
No. I've seen a few.
Okay.
I've seen
Give me some examples. Because old examples.
Wait. What's the cut-off year? What's the cut-off year?
2000. Okay. 2005 is too easy, man. Okay, 2005. Give me 10.
2005.
Solid. Great.
I mean, we can say Definite, right?
Yeah.
Definite was solid, yeah.
Definite. Nah,
bad ending though, but.
Oh, come on! People always talk about that.
What?
I kind of agree, but like they make it seem as like real bad.
Yeah.
Like when people say, "Oh, how can that happen with Death Note, man?" What? Like it was worst thing that ever happened.
I mean,
come on, there's worse. There's
worse thing that happened, man.
There is.
But that dynamic was what was carrying the show, man. That dynamic was just too.
It is.
Yeah. Wait, are we without spoiling it? Yeah. I mean, most people should have seen.
No names. I just about skipped that. Yeah, I was about to
really.
Say.
But let's say L right? Mm. Are we? Is part of that?
He's yeah, of course.
You think?
100%.
But was it that bad after that L thing, everything?
It wasn't.
Plummets?
No. For me, it wasn't. No. Do you know why? No. I'll tell you why it was. We didn't get enough.
We're talking about just the ending scene.
The ending scene of trash. But L like L.
I don't want to.
Basically, L right.
Yeah.
We didn't get enough story on him for it to be as strong as it should have been.
True. Yeah,
that's the problem. Yeah, we didn't have enough.
But did L even need that? Did L even need? Because he was like a mysterious figure. Why can't we just leave him as that? Like we wanna.
Nah, because like for example, we seen a little kid.
Yeah.
Come out of nowhere. He came out of nowhere, and so like he.
Okay, let's not spoil it. Just in case.
We didn't get like if we got more of his genius, like we got a lot of.
Yeah. Didn't we get enough?
No, we didn't get enough.
I mean, there was a bit of depth into his character, you know, like as in we just got to see different parts of his psyche and like.
And again, he was supposed to be mysterious.
But we didn't understand how he got to that.
Do you know why?
How we got to that stage?
To me, it just seemed to be like he was better
and the way that he uncovered it as well, like the way how it ended. It's too quick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It almost like disrespected
L.
Yeah.
It seemed like he was better than L. You might as well just got him in the beginning to solve the whole thing.
Okay, I get it.
It's a disrespect to the whole
time,
thing,
bro. They just wasted time.
100%. 100%. That's the problem.
They just went around the bush.
A U-turn, basically.
There's a bunch, man.
They should have just got what's his name again? What's the little guy?
I can't even remember his name.
Nero?
Yeah, whatever his name is, man.
Would you say Charlotte?
I don't know about that, Charlotte.
I didn't even finish Charlotte.
I'm not sure about that.
Why did he not finish it?
That's a good question, bro. That's a good question, bro.
This guy.
No data.
Hamza just wants to ruin
question, bro. Why did you not finish Charlotte?
No data.
That's what I hear.
This guy just wants to ruin.
No. But that's a good question, bro. Why did you not finish Charlotte?
Why did you not finish?
Like, you know, finish Charlotte. But yeah, Charlotte's fire, man.
Okay, fair enough.
Charlotte was. I've heard of it. I've heard of it from you lot's conversation. I haven't watched it.
Bro,
It's greatness, yeah.
Well, I don't know if I can call it greatness.
I think it's.
I don't know if
I think it is. I think it really is good. Like it's.
You know what the thing is?
The thing is, I say that, and
I think for like newer animes,
yeah,
Charlotte is probably good. Yeah. But as it stands, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Is Charlotte a ping pong tatami level of anime?
Erased?
Nope.
You wouldn't say Erased? Then Erased.
I think I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
Erased. Is it top 5 worthy? I don't think so.
Erased
I wouldn't say top 5 worthy.
What's your top 5 of all time?
This is personal though. Like, so I would say.
Don't get into this because we got like a few minutes, right? Bruh, don't get into this because we start fighting.
I asked you for give me 5 classics 5 greats from 2005 onwards.
Jesus, man.
It's quite easy, man.
It is easy, but like, do you know what it is? I don't want to just say like the obvious ones because it's like, you know.
I mean, yeah, it's just a bit,
that's what I'm saying. Like, it's the obvious ones that's popping now.
Pre and post
Yeah,
quite
yeah.
easy,
Do you know what I'm saying? It's just like,
Yeah.
you know.
So new. Okay, I'm changing, man. I'm going to new now.
It's because you know.
Bro, how do you switch like that?
Because Fullmetal Alchemist is
We had
new.
like an hour conversation.
Fullmetal Alchemist is new.
Yeah, Fullmetal Alchemist.
Wait,
when is
Steins
it? Is it
Gate.
2003?
Yeah.
Wait, which one? Brotherhood or what are we talking about?
Brotherhood.
Oh, we're always talking about Brotherhood.
Don't
Ultimate's
even
good.
mention
Ultimate's good, man. No, Ultimate's good, man. It just had a bad ending. It had a trash ending.
We're always talking about Brotherhood.
It was
We
dark.
always talk about Brotherhood, though, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
it's religion.
yeah,
It's true, it's true.
It's religion.
It's
No,
true.
because when you say Alchemist, like people rarely say the first one.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
The first one though was good, man. It's good. Had a strong points, but it just the series wasn't finished, so it went off in its own trail. And then Cape Brotherhood was like the complete job. It was like the full package. And that's why it's better.
Went full circle, I think. Yeah. All right, guys, man. We might need to finish this off because we don't have much time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say new because it's the year of anime prophecy. I believe in that. Yeah. Big up the culture. Big up AC. My family, my gang.
Yeah. All right,
Anime
man.
Central.
Let's do it, man.
Anime Central, man. You know, it's a tough.
Oh, yeah,
it's
big
a
up
tough
Anime
group.
3.
Oh, thank you, man. Anime 3. It's a tough group to live in that Anime Central place, man.
I'm in there now, right?
I'm
I'm
in the culture.
He's the moderator, right? So yeah,
okay,
man.
right.
Yeah, man.
He's the guy.
Then
He's
if
the
bothers
guy.
you, just let me know, man.
He'll cut them off, man. Personally, yeah. Yeah, man. So yeah, this is Old West New
Good debate, man.
from Anime 3. You know, like the video.
Yeah, like,
Please.
subscribe.
It helps a lot.
I mean,
Subscribe,
thank you. You got us to 100 subscribers.
comment. And yeah, it was amazing to get Hamza on, man, because we've been talking about this for ages.
Honestly, man.
And
We're gonna keep going for another hour or so.
yeah.
I know, we
He's
can.
gonna
Don't worry,
keep going,
man.
We might need to bring him on next
Oh,
time.
definitely.
'Cause that would be
Definitely. He's got to come back. Got to come back.
bro.
Yeah.
Much
Come back, man.
obliged. Much obliged. You guys are sick.
Yeah,
Honestly.
man. Alright, guys. So, yeah, this is Jody, this is Josh, this is Hamza here. Please like, comment, subscribe. The Facebook, the link is in the description. So, if you could like that, because we release exclusive content on there that we don't release on YouTube. And yeah, that's it.
Got more coming, guys.
Alright,
Like,
please.
follow, subscribe, guys.
Let's do it.
Alright, peace.